What's going on, guys? So a lot of people have been asking to see my stats and to see updated classes now that Season 3 has came out, and there's been a whole bunch of changes. So for those of you guys that did want to see my stats, they're right here. I know most of you guys probably don't care at all, but for the people that did want to see them, there you go. They're right there. And for everybody else that wanted to see the class setups, I'm going to show you guys my classes right now. Now, before I start, I want to show you guys what I use for every single class. So the E tool, after the nerf, this is the best thing you can rush with. It's the fastest sprinting move speed in the game. If you like to rush, unlock the E tool. The second thing, this is what I run on all my classes: Field Mic, C4, Stim Shot, Flak Jacket, Gearhead, and Ninja. And I also run Gunfighter. If you guys don't like Gunfighter, run Perk Greed, and you want to run Tac Mask, probably Quartermaster for Perk 2. I really don't know. I don't use Perk 2. And then Ghost or Spycraft if you run Perk Greed. That's what you want to run. But for the class setups, I'm going to show you guys the best rush class, and I'm also going to show you the best overall class for every single gun here. But the 74U, obviously still the best SMG. You want the Groove Suppressor. If you don't like suppressors, you want to run the KGB. Best vertical recoil control right there. Moving to the barrel, you want to run Task Force. If you guys can't control the recoil on Task Force, run the Liberator. They're both very good. Both of these are very good. I don't run a laser. I just don't like how lasers look at my gun. It's literally the only reason. It just looks weird on the side. I don't like it. The underbarrel. Now, before we would run the Spetsnaz Speed Grip, they nerfed it. It's +3 now. You do not want to run that. If you like to rush, you want to run the Patrol Grip with your gun. Now, obviously, the E tool is the fastest move speed, but when you put that away, if you want to rush as fast as you can, you run the Patrol Grip. If you want better recoil control on any SMG, you want to run the Spetsnaz Grip. These are the two that you choose: the Spetsnaz Grip or the Patrol Grip. For the magazine, I usually run the 40-round speed mag. It's S&D. If you play S&D, I'm assuming you do. You can run the 40-round drum because you don't need to reload fast all the time. But I rush, so I like to reload as fast as I can. You know, that's just me. And for the handle, you can either run the Gru Elastic Wrap or the Serpent Wrap. Depending what you want, this gets rid of your shooting move speed, which can hurt you sometimes, but either one of these work perfectly fine. And the stock, I usually run the last stock in all of my classes. It says -30 hipfire. It doesn't hurt it that bad. And you really don't hipfire that often. You want the +30 sprint to fire time. That's what you really want. But yeah, that's the first class. Next up, we got the LC10. Now the LC10, you want the Agency Suppressor if you like suppressors with rushing. If you don't want that, then you want to run the SOCOM. Obviously, this gun has no recoil at all, so you really don't need to run this. I'd recommend running the suppressor, but it's preference. You guys can choose. Now for the barrel, I always run Task Force. I wouldn't run anything else in Task Force. You don't need it. The recoil on this gun is already too good, and you want the extra damage, so run Task Force. The underbarrel, same thing. Patrol Grip or the Field Agent Grip. It's always the 5th one down. Sometimes the name will be different, but on this class, since there's like no recoil, you don't need it. Just run the Patrol Grip. Get the fastest move speed that you can while you have the gun out. Magazine, the Speed Mag, the 42-round Speed Mag, or the 45-round Mag, whatever you guys prefer. Same thing down here: Serpent Wrap, Airborne, Elastic, whatever you guys prefer. And once again, the Raider stock. Now on to the MAC-10. The MAC-10 and the LC-10 are my favorite SMGs. A lot of you guys always ask about my MAC-10 class. So the muzzle, I run the Agency Suppressor. I'm always rushing. If you guys can't control the recoil, run the SOCOM. For the barrel, I run Ranger. I do not run Task Force just because the recoil is a little too crazy. So I usually stick with Ranger, but honestly, you could probably run Task Force. If you run the SOCOM and you come down here to the underbarrel and you run the Field Agent, you can probably run the Task Force, but I still run the Ranger. You don't really need the Task Force. This gun's very good without it. Now the underbarrel, once again, the Patrol Grip. If you guys can't control the recoil how it is right now, then run the Field Agent. Gives you a little bit more recoil control. It'll help a lot. Magazine, once again, the 43-round Speed Mag or the 43-round drum, depending on your play style. In the handle, the Serpent or the Airborne. You always want the fastest. You always want the fastest ADS speed, so Serpent or Airborne. And the stock, once again, I run Raider. Now for all these, you can either run Raider or no stock if you guys like to hipfire a lot, but I mean, I really don't ever hipfire that much, so I run Raider. Now the KSP just got a buff. The KSP is super good at close range. I always run the Agency Suppressor. You really don't need the SOCOM. If you guys want it, it'll be the best class setup with the SOCOM, obviously, but you really don't need it. I run the suppressor. The barrel, always want Task Force. Never take Task Force off. The gun is way too weak without it. Always run Task Force. For the underbarrel, you can run Patrol Grip or the Field Agent. This doesn't really have much recoil. It's a burst SMG, but I mean, it's up to you guys. You can run whatever you want. Field Agent or Patrol Grip. Magazine, the 42-round Speed Mag or the 42-round Mag. Whatever you guys want. It's your preference. And the handle, once again, the fastest ADS speed, the Airborne or the Serpent. And look at that. There's the Raider stock again on all my SMGs. Raider stock, no stock, whatever you guys prefer. These are the two. Now we got the MP5. The MP5 is kind of tricky. So I like to rush. So I like silencers on all my guns. But running the silencer does make this gun a little bit weak at range and gives it less recoil control, obviously. So if you want the best class, you run the SOCOM. If you like the rush, run the silencer. The barrel, I usually run the Ranger. The task force, just way too much recoil. But it's preference, you know, it's preference. I usually run the Ranger. Now with the nerf, this could help a lot. I would not run the patrol grip on this because you have the E-tool. You want to help recoil on the MP5. So I would run the field agent grip. It would help out a ton. And the magazine, the 40 round speed mag or the 40 round drum, whatever you guys prefer. The handle, once again, the fastest ADS speed, the Serpent or Airborne. And there we are, Raider stock again. Now, since the PPSH just came out, I'm going to give you guys an extra one. I'm going to show you guys my PPSH class. PPSH overall is okay. I think it's going to get a buff. It's good at close range, but that's it. It's really only good at close range. Anyways, I run the Groove Suppressor. If you want the best class, run the KGB. For the barrel, I run the Ranger. I've tried the Task Force because the gun is a little bit weak, but the recoil is just too crazy on this thing. It's too crazy. It might work if you run the KGB and the Task Force, but it's up to you guys. I run the Ranger, and the underbarrel, I run Spetsnaz just because, once again, the recoil is just too much on this gun. This helps it out a ton. In the magazine, I run the 55 round drum just because you want as much ammo as you can on this gun. It's a little bit weak, doesn't have the best range, and 55 bullets in S&D is a lot. You really don't need much more than that. The handle, the Groove Elastic or the Serpent, want the fastest ADS speed. And we're back to the Raider stock. You guys know it. Anyways, those are probably my top 5 SMGs that I use. Not really in any order, but a lot of people were asking for my classes, so these are the best classes that you can run for any of these guns. And also, if you guys did make it this far, I want to thank you guys so much for 5K. I really wish I could thank you guys like one-on-one personally, but obviously I can't do that. There's only one of me. But seriously, you guys mean so much to me, and I'm super happy I can grind out content for you guys. But yeah, also, if you guys do have any video ideas, let me know in the comments. If you guys know me, I read all the comments. I reply to as many people as I can. But if you guys do have any ideas, let me know. I know there's one guy that wants me to make a knife video. It's been going on for like almost a month now. I'm going to have to do that soon. But yeah, just let me know, guys. And anyways, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.